Please welcome to the stage the biggest round of applause to Paolo Ardoino.
Hello everyone, and I'm promising you that this is the last time you will see and hear from me today. So, Unstoppable Together is Tether's motto. And I think that more than Tether's motto is an idea that we want to present and represent is the fact that together, as in peer-to-peer, as in society, and is in, with education, with everything that we represent here, also that Plan B, I think we are truly unstoppable, right? So the more we are divided, the more we have and use technology that divides us, then we are more fragile. So I want to start with a little bit of history about Tether. We started in 2014, now it's 2024, we celebrated our 10th year anniversary on the 6th of October. The growth has been very, The growth has been very fast, I would say, in the last few years, but not many know that at the beginning was quite struggling for us to explain the concept of a stablecoin, the idea of a stablecoin. Remember, we were trying to talk to exchanges in 2014, 15, 16 to trying to explain them why they need a digital dollar. All the cryptocurrency exchanges back then were struggling to understand the importance of having a digital dollar that move at the same pace of Bitcoin to help and facilitate cryptocurrency trading settlement. Then you see like the huge growth first in 2017, then basically in 2020, and so on and so forth. With the pandemic, with the decline of global economies, especially in emerging markets, developing countries, that made the acceleration much faster. The other very interesting metric we analyzed, we have now a very great team at Tether that does market research and analysis on chain, blockchain analysis, and then put all the data together is the best data team we could put together. Provided me this metric. So we have, as of Tether, as of USDT users, we have more than 330 million users on chain, without counting the several tens of millions of users that are using USDT only on centralized exchanges. So the 400 million users globally is quite conservative. But there is another even crazier statistic. On a quarterly basis, there are more than 30 million new on-chain wallets created for USDT. I asked many times to double check this number because it really feels almost insane. But actually it's true. We are seeing the growth of USDT at an unprecedented pace. The reason for that is simply that economies are failing and people are trying to find something that can help their families and to save wealth and to avoid this crazy devaluation that they feel in their local economies. I wanted to show these two numbers. We're not MicroStrategy, but I'm happy to show that we have more than 82,000 Bitcoin in our portfolio and more than 48 tons of gold. This shows also the fact that Tether is extremely solid. Remember all the times when we were attacked and with all the doubts if we had the money. Now Tether has more than $100 billion in US treasuries, have more than 82,000 Bitcoin, and have more than 48 tons of gold. So thank you. So this is the hedge against the apocalypse, right? So we don't know what will happen in the future, but these two things will give to Tether the ability to keep providing stability for hundreds of millions of people that we saw before that live in emerging markets, in developing countries that don't have the same luck of people living in Europe, in Switzerland, or in the United States, where access to finance is so easy. So this is part of the stability and the reason of stability of Tether. So but what's next, right? So we are known for stablecoin and a few other crazy ideas, but what is actually the meaning of what we saw before, right? So, okay, we have a successful stablecoin. Now what? In the last 2 years, Tether profited $12 billion, and was to the shareholders was distributed a very minimal amount. All the rest has been kept in the company to actually, well, part purchase Bitcoin, for example, and in part invest outside of the reserves, very clearly outside the reserves in different areas that would foster our ethos, our philosophy that we learn from Bitcoin and we learn from our experience with USDT. So the first one, we think that on top of Bitcoin blockchain, we are supporting different projects from RGB to we support Liquid. We think that we can tokenize everything. So I think that Bitcoin will become and is already the best security layer of that humanity can use to build on top of it. So we will use Bitcoin as also a layer to help governments, to help institutions, banks, or private companies to issue tokenized equity, tokenized debt, and tokenized funds, whatever. And even including launching local stable coins, right? There are more than 200 countries in the world, and I don't think Tether can create private stable coins for each one of these countries. So we realized that one of the best things that we could do at Tether is package all the technology that we created for the last 10 years with all the different tools that we have, and make it available for everyone to use. So this will be launched in the next month or so, by the end of November. Still, one of the successes of Tether was understanding that while everyone was focusing on DeFi, we thought that actually the real-world applications of Bitcoin and digital assets were much more important. Although were less flashy in a way, they were much more important than just longing Dogecoin on chain. So we decided also to start investing in real-world assets lending and building a real-world asset lending platform, so to allow people to take existing assets like real estate, art, and whatever, and find new ways to access liquidity. We think this is a very, very cool approach. It's secured by Tether's technology, so again, it will be launched by the end of the year, hopefully. Another project that we are hopefully launching the 31st of October this year is a project that it's very dear to me. So actually was started just a few months ago, and it's the wallet development kit. So I think that well, Tether never developed a wallet. There are plenty of wallets around. What we wanted to create was a software development kit that every developer could take and use it to build any user experience, any non-custodial user experience they wanted, right? Some wallets, to me, are trying to create a too centralized user experience, even if they are non-custodial. So they try to chain you in a single environment. So we wanted to create something very open, it will be of course open source, that everyone can take and build upon it. One interesting thing is that we thought about this wallet with AI in mind. So this wallet is so modular, is so granular that can be used for any AI agent. I think that in the future, we are going to live in a future where we'll have, in 10, 15, 20 years, we are going to have billions of robots walking among us. We are going to have billions of AI agents, bots, whatever, self-driving cars, smart fridges, smart light bulbs, whatever. They will be all interconnected. We are progressing towards that. It's quite evident if you see also the latest Elon Musk productions. So I believe that these agents, all these robots, will have a wallet, will have a delegated non-custodial wallet that they will manage on behalf of their masters, if we are the master, unless they will be our masters, we'll see. But that has to be non-custodial. They should be able to use Bitcoin. They should be able to use USDT, right? I don't believe in a future where we are going to have tens of billions of bots all connected to PayPal or Coinbase. That's not the future that is sustainable, in my opinion. And so for that reason, we built a wallet that can be used by all the developers of AI agents so that they can give to the AI agents already a non-custodial wallet. Today, imagine that humanity does X number of transactions, financial transactions among each other. I believe that within 10 years, AI agents will do 10 times or 100 times the transactions that humans are doing or will be doing by then. And so having non-custodial wallets that are using technologies like Lightning Network or similar or whatever derivation of that we'll have of Lightning Network and similar or RGB in the future, they will need to have these capabilities. We have launched Tether Power a couple of years ago. Today we have invested more than $1 billion in Bitcoin mining. That is something that to us is very, very important because although usually you make more money as an investor in buying directly Bitcoin, we believe that as a company that is Bitcoin focused, we need to participate to Bitcoin mining to act as a balance or act as a counterposing force to the centralization of Bitcoin mining. So I think it's important that big players trying to participate to Bitcoin mining just to diversify Bitcoin mining across the globe. We support El Salvador, Uruguay, Paraguay, and many other locations. So we tend to not go wherever everyone is, like the US. We like to try to create a bit of more decentralization in the mining world. We have a few beautiful sites that this is in Uruguay, for example. Moving quickly, we launched Tether Evo. That is one of the probably most futuristic things that you can hear about. So the first company we invested is called Blackrock Neurotech. Blackrock Neurotech is an amazing company. You could say that is a competitor to Neuralink. Actually, Neuralink is a competitor to them. They have already 40 patients installed with a brain chip. They're helping people to move again their arms, or feel again, or hear again, or speak again. An example, just recently, it was released that an ALS-affected patient that lost its voice was, with this brain chip, was able, through also AI, to regain its ability to speak. At the pace of 62 words per minute, that is quite a world record. So think about the importance of sustaining companies like BlackRock, Neurotech, that are, it doesn't have anything to do with the BlackRock ETF, by the way. So that's why part of the capital of our profits that we didn't distribute are going to be pulled into these new ventures, because we think that it's important to support technological evolution, especially when it makes people's life better. Thank you. Another very interesting one, there was this guy that was going every summer at summer holiday at the lake with the family, was always jumping from the same rock in the water. One day, one summer, he broke his neck. He loved cars, he loved driving cars. Now with this technology, he can drive cars with his thoughts. So this is, again, a very touching story, but shows the potential of a technology that I think eventually will be part of our common life. I really believe that in 15, 20 years, we are going to see a commercial use for this technology, hopefully in a way that doesn't make it evil. That's why, as a what next here, I think that, although it might be sounding crazy, might sound a little bit too futuristic, but I think that companies like us that that work in a Bitcoin ecosystem that is fostering open source should already think on how this technology should be developed to build an open source brain operating system that allows to build upon our brain, make us that. This technology will make us smarter. These brain chips are like a co-processing unit in our brain that will reduce the latency of our thoughts to express these thoughts will reduce the latency. And imagine now any one of you having a thought in your mind, right? You have the most brilliant thought that is very colorful, that is very detailed, and whenever you try to express this thought through writing or through speaking, it goes into, that thought will be compressed because it has to go either through voice, that is a very simple mechanism, as mechanical, and also will go through a natural language that could be like English or a programming language. So the level of compression of that thought will be completely lost. So you will be in a situation where you had the best idea, the most colorful idea, any sort of idea, and super detailed, and when you speak it, when you are going to express it in any way, the result will be 1/10 or 1/100th of what you originally thought. And also will be extremely slow, right? So you will speak, you will tell this idea to someone else, will take seconds, minutes, hours, or you will write it. It's something that, of course, is part of our natural being, so it's part of our body, the way we work, but with this technology, you can actually, with a brain chip, you can reduce the latency. So imagine even the unified theory of physics or the cure for cancer, all that stuff, humanity will be able to find it in 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, but with in more important comprehensive power in our brain, we will be able to achieve much more. But at the same time, it's important, given all these things, and we are not the only one working on it. There is Elon Musk, but also there is China, there is other US companies, there's, I think, fewer European companies. There will be such a huge competition that what we are calling for here is open source brain operating system, so that your intimate thoughts that you have in your life you will be able to, just don't trust, but verify also those and how it works. So you can build something like peer-to-peer telepathy. Another area that we're investing in is education. That's one of the reasons why we are here. We have different areas of education. Plan B network, Giacomo is the guy in charge and is doing an amazing job with Roski. And we asked a little bit of statistics that they were able to teach to 2,600 students in 16 languages and from 154 countries. The content is, of course, Bitcoin-centric, but is also including peer-to-peer technology and freedom of speech. It's a great initiative, and it's expanding very fast across the globe because we think that Plan B and Plan B Network are very fundamental for delivering the message that we are here today to understand and learn. Then we have another initiative, great initiative, from Academy of Digital Industries. 30,000 students already graduated, so many courses. You can learn everything. Again, why I'm showing all these things is the reason is that we are not trying to sell a stablecoin. We are not trying to sell a dollar to anyone. It happened that we create a product that everyone uses, and we are trying to do our best to reinvest everything and all the profits that we have in something that is meaningful to humanity and education. Without education, we will be nothing. The last one is TogETHER. It's another very ambitious silo or pillar of Tether. Many of you now know about our investment in Hole Punch and Kit support. So Kit is the peer-to-peer chat that I suggest everyone to download from the App Store or the iOS Store. It's a way to communicate among people without any intermediaries, any central server. Is exactly what Bitcoin tried to do and it's actually achieving now with for money, right? This peer-to-peer electronic cash. But if you don't have freedom of speech, if you don't have the ability to communicate freely with your family and friends or coworkers or anyone in a way, even if you have Bitcoin, you are not actually free. Freedom is about, in order to be free, you need to be able to move money or move value freely, but also communicate freely. And so that is one of the reasons why we are supporting Hole Punch and Kit's efforts. And I don't have any doubts that given where the world is going now, without too much marketing, Kit in the next 5 years will be one of the most used apps in the world. We released this year also the Pairs platform. It's all about peer-to-peer, but being Italian, peers, same pronunciation, doesn't matter. So we put a lot of effort in building a platform that would allow anyone, any developer, any web developer to build a peer-to-peer communication or interaction app, so that finally you can build crazy interactions among tens of millions of people or billions of people without the need of spending enormous amount of money for data centers. On top of that, actually, at the very core of Pair, there is Bear. Now, Bear is the open source runtime that is basically a very small piece of software that runs everywhere, from embedded system to laptops, phones, everything that, every sort of device that you can have in your life. You can run on fridges, everything. So the beauty of it is that being at the base of the Pair runtime and at the base of Kit, at the base of Hole Punch, it actually really empowering an ecosystem of applications that can be developed for any sort of device with basically the same code. So you write the code once for Bear, and then it scales everywhere, from the biggest mainframes or the biggest servers, or from the smallest device that you can have in your pocket. Synonym is another great company, part of our group. I think John has probably ranted for such a long time in the last couple of days. They have amazing products. They have PubKey, they have BitKit. BitKit, to me, is one of the best wallets, if not the best Bitcoin wallet available out there. The user experience, the quality of the interaction make it very easy for everyone to actually start accessing and using Bitcoin for the first time. Another, and I'm ending with this, the other focus of Tether has been very publicly artificial intelligence. Recently, we made an investment to acquire more than 50% of ownership of Northern Data. This company has 24,000 GPUs, so is a leading AI infrastructure provider. And then again, why the hell a stablecoin company should do this, right? Is it a marketing pitch or what? But to me, AI is already very much politicized. AI is too much centralized already. AI is so powerful, but is in the way it's being built and delivered to us through ChatGPT and similar. It's very, very scary, and especially scary because in order to have AI infrastructure, you have to spend really billions of dollars, and not many companies can afford that. And so we wanted to ensure that we had an independent AI infrastructure provider, not affiliated to Microsoft, Amazon, and Google, that could provide a good, fair entry point to companies that would want to develop on new AI tools without having to, support a specific political party or a specific, agenda that these companies that in the past, when they were born, said that they wouldn't become evil. They betrayed their initial statement. So what's next? We formed 3 teams. The first one is a team that is building a platform as a service for any companies that wants to start developing their own models or their own AI tools. The beauty of it is that, of course, I'm a big believer of the fact that nowadays, we are scared about the control and the censorship of internet and social media and so on. Eventually, we will have, we have already, but more and more will have censorship on AI models. So if an AI model will not support the political party that you have in your country, you might not be able to download it. So imagine a world where we can, with the hole punch technology, we can create an unstoppable marketplace for AI models, so that freedom of speech will be preserved through that. So, you will have an app on your phone that will be maybe a chat. You will be able to access any sort of model, with any sort of even political bias or non-political bias, with any sort of information, and you will be able to use it. No one should stop you from using it, because in the end, it's your decision, it's your life, it's your freedom, before it will become, because it could become, and it surely will become a problem for the world, we wanted to start building very fast on this technology. Since we have the best distribution communication technology, hole punch, it's very important that everyone already starts to think about the potential use cases of hole punch also in the AI world. We also, the last effort that we are having, I think is probably the coolest, is that, the other problem of AI is that it's only running on big data centers. And also it's kind of a lie, right? So you have, you are being told as you are being told for social media and communication and so on, that you need data centers. You need data centers to train AI, but you don't need necessarily data centers to run AI, to execute AI models. There are models that are small enough, but also still precise enough to run on your local devices, on your smartphones. Yet, of course, if everything was local, if everything was running on your smartphone, how the poor Apple and Meta and so on would make money without having the ability to harvest your own personal data and your photos and so on, right? So, I think that, okay, you already see the video, So we built this technology that allows you, with the same code, to build any AI app that can run on a $30 smartphone, on a flagship smartphone, on your laptop, and on a mainframe with tens or hundreds of GPUs. That technology will be open source. We are working as fast as we can on it. Will be open source early next year. We are excited because we think that if you put all the things together, so the peer-to-peer models, the open source runtime that really can run on your watch, phone, everywhere, right? Same code. We will empower a horde of developers to build the best user experiences that will preserve human freedom and human privacy. So remember the wallet development kit that we discussed before? Imagine, the runtime, AI runtime technology empowered with the wallet development kit. Suddenly you have billions of AI agents, all independent, all non-connected to single point of failures, all non-connected to, state-owned or anyway very big and centralized companies, acting independently, acting just on behalf of their humans. And I think that is how the future should be, right? So we have the technology, we have the best technology, not as in Tether, but as us. We are the visionaries that made this battle of Bitcoin adoption happen for the last 15 years. And I think that as of today, we have another type of battle, that is the battle for information freedom. That is actually, I'm sorry to say it, but is much bigger than just the battle for monetary freedom. And I hope that I didn't bore you to death, but I wanted to thank you very much for being here at the Plan B. Thank you. And hopefully, whenever we release this stuff, you are going to give us feedback. Thank you.
The biggest round of applause for Paolo, please. Next up, I'm about to announce an announcement. There is an announcement coming up in the following speech, so do stick around for that. We're going to be welcoming Dennis Porter onto the stage very, very soon for his discussion about Satoshi Action Fund. For those of you who are leaving, please do so quietly. For those of you who are coming in, come and take a seat as fast as you can, because this talk is going to be a really, really good one. We're transporting from all the things that Tether is doing around the world to some news in the US. Hold your horses for one moment. I'll just let people get settled. I don't want you to talk while the room is moving. Okay. What I found so fascinating about the last talk with Paolo is that they've invested over 1 billion into Bitcoin mining, knowing full well that it's much better to simply invest